Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you. And if you hear gunshots during this video, don't be alarmed. It is West Virginia. I live surrounded by woods, and hunting season just started. So I've been waiting for a quiet time today, and if I don't do it now, I'm not going to get it done before the sun goes down. So hopefully the hunters are starting to slow down and I can get through this without too much noise. The shoe I want to review today is actually a shoe that I've had in my collection for almost a year. It's a Dunk High. It's a collaboration, and it is probably the best quality that I have on a Dunk High. Maybe even the best quality that I have on a Dunk out of my whole collection. I think this shoe is perfect for this season, and I can't wait to get them on feet and start rocking them. I'm surprised there's not more hype about this shoe, but at the same time, I kind of like the fact that it's not something that all the hype beasts are chasing after. You can still get this shoe for around 200 bucks, and I'm going to show you why I think that's such a great deal. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's look at these Dunks I'm about to de-ice. Alright, so this comes in a standard Dunk box, no big surprise there. As soon as I show you the tag, you're going to know what shoe it is, so I might as well just get it over with. The tag reads Nike Dunk High Bodega. So of course what we're getting into today is the Nike Bodega Dunks. The colors on here are fauna brown, multicolor, and rustic. The original retail price of these was about $120. I actually overpaid for them. I think I bought them right when they came out and paid around $220 before fees and all that. And right now, I think prices are still sitting at around 200 bucks in my size. So I think you're getting a whole lot of style and a whole lot of value for that price point. But obviously, the hype beasts aren't chasing them, so they're still obtainable to the masses. One other thing that was cool, the paper is Bodega and Nike branded, and it came with this Nike and Bodega bandana as well. I didn't get the special laces that came with them, but it does come with a spare set. And I understand these might be a little bit too busy to be everyone's cup of tea, but as far as I'm concerned, the style of this shoe is just next level. And it probably isn't hard to see why I think this is such a great shoe for taking off ice, especially around Thanksgiving time. Last year when I got these, it was already winter time, and the weather just wasn't nice enough for me to throw them on feet at that point. And then I don't really think that this is much of a summer shoe. I think it definitely has the look of something that would be best to rock around fall time, and that's what I plan on doing. As soon as you open this box, the quality of the leather just hits your nose immediately, and I love that. And once you get the shoe in hand, you start noticing all these unique details and all these little nods to classic Americana and baseball. There's a lot of inspiration drawn from things that I love. And also you put that on a retro silhouette with all these browns and tans and, little hits of red and everything. Honestly, this shoe is one of my favorites in the collection. I always talk about texture, and the mix of suede and nubuck and tumbled leather like we have there on the toe box in that sail color, and like we have back on that brown leather there in the back, and then the texture created by that stitching accent there at the top. I just think this is my kind of shoe. This is just the perfect mashup of materials and great execution, and I can't say enough good about these kicks. But starting out, you got a standard Dunk outsole tread pattern, but you've got this nice, it's like a gum outsole, but it's like a root beer color. And I love it. You can see that light can just barely come through it, but it looks incredible. And then that meets a sail midsole, and we've got sail stitching, and that's nice and clean. And then coming up from that sail midsole, here we've got like a dark chocolate brown type nubuck on the front. And I don't know if it's light enough out to see all these little stitching accents, but I think they said that the inspiration was taken from like horse saddles, from like westerns and stuff like that. And I love that inspiration. I love it whenever there's a theme and the creators or the artists that imagine the shoe or dream up the shoe just really stick with the theme and they make it work. You can definitely see how that would remind you of a horse saddle, and then even with all these little leather tie-ins that go all over the shoe, I just think I love this shoe. And again, I know it's not for everybody, but I love unique kicks. And this is one that is extremely unique, and at the same time, I think it's very wearable. We've also got some more of that fancy stitching back here on the back, and this is like a football colored leather, but then that in the back meets a darker like chocolate colored leather, and you can see more of those neat accents there in the stitching. And all of this leather has just a really, really nice tumbled effect, whether it's the brown leather on the back or the sail leather on the toe box or this football colored leather going up the eye stays. It's just so much texture all over the shoe. Of course, we've got the sail on the toe box and those classic perforations like you see on Dunks, and that matches this sail colored nubuck that's back here around the collar, and there you can see some more of that intricate stitching. I also remember the designer stating that he used a baseball glove as his inspiration. A lot of these knots in the leather here and then like in the back, that definitely reminds you of a baseball glove, or at least it does for me. But then you've also got this leather going around the top. On the inside panel, we've got Bodega kind of stamped into this nice brown suede, and I think that's a cool touch. And on the outside of the shoe, we've got this tiger eye looking swoosh, and that's soft to the touch, but it really, really looks cool. I love that. I think that's such a neat touch. Then they gave us some wax laces, some flat wax laces, and it also came with some just regular black flat laces. The tongue is a real dark brown tumbled leather, and it's just got a very high-end feel. And then the tag is more of that kind of tiger eye type looking material, and it's got Nike in red, and on the back it's got some Bodega branding. And then here at the back of the tongue, you can see it's like a satin red material, and it's got a hidden pocket there, right there. But then, hey buddy, how you doing?